The old toy shop on Elm Street had a peculiar reputation. It was filled with dolls of all shapes and sizes, each with painted smiles that seemed too real. Many claimed that when the moonlight poured through the dusty windows, the dolls whispered to each other in hushed tones. Angela and Mark, a couple in search of unique gifts, stepped inside one evening, drawn by the enchanting glow that spilled onto the sidewalk. As soon as they entered, a strange chill enveloped them. The shop owner, a frail old woman with sharp eyes, greeted them with a smile that didn't quite reach her lips. "Looking for something special?" she asked, her voice faint. Greeted by rows of dolls, each more haunting than the last, they felt an inexplicable pull toward a dusty, wooden shelf in the corner. There, nestled among the forgotten toys, sat an exquisite porcelain doll with dark curls and vibrant blue eyes. Something about the doll felt alive, as if it was observing them. "That's Lily," the old woman said, noticing their fascination. "She was once the most cherished doll in this shop. Legend says she holds secrets from the past." Intrigued, Angela reached for Lily, and as her fingers brushed the porcelain skin, a soft whisper grazed her ear, sending shivers down her spine. "Please, take me home," it seemed to say. Mark chuckled nervously, but Angela's heart raced. Against her better judgment, she decided they had to buy the doll. As they left the shop, the old woman's gaze lingered on them, a knowing smile playing on her lips. That night, as the couple settled into bed, the atmosphere shifted. The dolls sat on the shelf, watching them. A low whisper echoed through the room, rising and falling like a song. "Help me. Help me." Angela shivered, pulling the covers tighter around her. Mark, still groggy, murmured, "It's just the wind." Yet, the whispers grew louder, drawing Angela from her sleep. She felt an overwhelming compulsion to uncover the doll's secrets, to understand its sorrow. The next morning, they ventured back to the shop, but the old woman was gone, and an unfamiliar storefront greeted them. It looked like it had never been a toy shop at all. Confused, Angela clutched Lily tightly, her heart pounding. Frustration turned to fear as the whispers continued to plague them. Back home, they researched the history of the doll, uncovering a tragic tale. Lily had belonged to a little girl named Margaret, who had vanished years ago in the town. Rumors whispered of her spirit trapped within the doll, seeking freedom. The couple became haunted by the girl's unfinished business, her plea echoing in their minds. They decided to hold a séance, hoping to communicate with the spirit and free her. That night, surrounded by candles, they joined hands. The room's air was thick with anticipation as they called out to the spirit. "Margaret, if you can hear us, we want to help you." A sudden chill swept through the room, and the candles flickered violently. The whispers turned into frantic cries. "I can't leave. I need my mother." Tears streamed down Angela's face as she felt the desperation of the trapped spirit. Mark, feeling overwhelmed, shouted, "What do you want us to do?" The doll's eyes seemed to gleam with intensity as the whispers shifted. "Find her. Find her." The voice implored, and Angela understood. They had to find Margaret's mother, or her spirit would remain bound to the doll forever. The next day, they searched old newspapers and local archives, uncovering a haunting photograph of Margaret with her mother, who had died shortly after her disappearance. Realizing they needed to hold a memorial, they gathered the townsfolk to remember the lost girl. As they stood in front of the old toy shop's empty shell, they shared Margaret's story, honoring her memory. As dusk settled, a gentle breeze swept through the crowd, wrapping around Angela and Mark like a warm embrace. The air felt lighter. That night, the whispers softened, transforming into a soothing lullaby as the couple fell asleep, exhaustion overtaking them. When they woke up, the doll was gone, and in its place lay a delicate, handwritten note. "Thank you." In the following weeks, the couple noticed changes in their lives. The shadows that once lurked in their home faded, giving way to a sense of peace. They often went for evening walks, passing the old shop. Now just a memory, a reminder of a lost girl who had finally found her way home. While the doll hadn't just been a toy, it had also changed them, teaching lessons about empathy and the importance of remembrance. In time, they spread the story of Margaret, ensuring that the whispers of her spirit lived on in the hearts of the townsfolk. Angela and Mark became advocates for missing children, drawing strength from their experience with Lily. They realized that every doll, every toy, held a story that deserved to be told. The whispers may have faded, but the impact remained. They honored Margaret's memory in their lives, nurturing a community spirit that thrived on compassion and remembrance. As they walked together, their bond deepened by the shared experience. They understood that love transcended even the veil between life and death. The lessons learned whispered softly through their memories. Be kind, be empathetic, and always listen for the stories waiting to be uncovered. And while they would no longer hear the whispers, they carried the spirit of Margaret with them, a gentle reminder that healing comes from understanding and that sometimes one's voice can change the world. Through their actions, they kept her spirit alive, ensuring that no child would ever be forgotten again. The town, now brighter and full of hope, thrived as a testament to connection and understanding. Inspired by a couple who dared to listen to the whispers of a doll. As seasons changed and time passed, Angela and Mark often found themselves looking back, cherishing the bond they had formed with a lost spirit, forever grateful for the chance to make a difference. They stood hand in hand, gazing at the night sky, feeling the warmth of a life lived with purpose, eternally changed by the dolls who once whispered their secrets.